You know we gotta watch some ONE FC when they're posting new fights every single week. Every Friday they're doing the One Friday fights straight out of Lumpini Stadium in Bangkok. So we gotta watch the best strikers on the planet do it. And thank God they post it for us for free here in Canada. I don't know about the rest of the world, but for me, I'm getting to watch this stuff all the time. You gotta watch ONE FC. UFC actually is planning on coming to my hometown, Toronto, and I was so excited about it. I got the pre-sale, I guess, ticket package thing, so you could get the tickets beforehand. So you pay $100 US to get that done, and then I see the price of the tickets, and the cheapest ticket in the entirety of our gigantic ass arena. We got a huge arena here called the ACC in Toronto. The cheapest ticket was $550, and that was at the top of the 300s, the third level in our stadium. Down in the 100s, you're getting into $1,000. So you're not even on the grand, the floor, and you're paying $1,000. Anyways, that's just my bitching and complaining about how unfair the UFC is to their fans. I was saying, hey, just sell one ticket for $10 million, and then you get your entire profits for the evening. That's it. You just get this one guy in. Who cares about the rest of the fans? You get one guy in. That's good enough. Anyways, that's my little bit of bitching about the UFC. We're watching ONE FC right now. Let's see it. Kickboxing, 24 years old, View versus Aslanbek Zikreev. Kickboxing, which is fun. We get a Thai doing kickboxing. We don't get a lot of that. Usually they're sticking to the Muay Thai, but the Thai fighters do really, really well in kickboxing as well, right? They're not allowed to be clinching. They're not allowed to be throwing. They can't catch a kick and throw a punch while holding on to the kick. So there's some interesting little rule changes when you switch to kickboxing, but the Thai fighters always do really well anyways. Let's skip ahead. I like seeing these guys in the ring. Boom. Okay, so we got our Russian foe here, 12-4. Not a great record, to be honest. He's straight out of Russia. He's making it out. Good for him for making it to the big stage, but that record is not going to, I don't know, speak wonders to how he's going to perform in this fight. And we got View, 165-15. That record is retarded. 165 wins and 15 losses, and he's 24 years old. This kid's going to be good. This kid's going to be really good. And he's up against a 12-4 record. So the experience of the Thai is definitely going to show off in this match. Mind you, kickboxing is not his sport, so we'll see what happens with it. A big mistake that a lot of the Thai fighters have is they end up hitting inside the clinch, which is illegal. You're allowed to hold on to your opponent. You can grab onto your opponent. It's not the end of the world, right? They just separate you. But if you hold on to your opponent and you throw a knee, then it can be bad news. Which was very close to being illegal from the kickboxer there. Very quick kicking. Definitely a kickboxing style from the Russian. Right? Quick hands, aggressive from the start. Very quick kicking with little telegraph, kind of just snapping from the ground to its target. Nice counter switch roundhouse kick from View, our Thai fighter. Lands a beautiful low kick, clinched on the inside. Oh, he's thinking about an elbow. He's jamming that hand in there. So you can tell that stylistically it's already sort of messing with View a little bit, that he has to be a kickboxer at this moment. He might have quite a bit more experience, but without a doubt, Muay Thai is his background. That's undeniable. But he has great movement for a Thai fighter. Usually they're a little bit flat-footed. He's moving really lightly. He's dancing around the ring. Really quick round kicks with that lead leg. Some great counters. Again, heavy low kick. And we're going to see maybe more spinning techniques from the Russian fighter. Again, that's more characteristic of a kickboxing style. All right, beautiful block by the Russian. Zikreev. Again, break it up. Back to action. No fighting in that clinch. That lead roundhouse kick from View is just lightning fast. And there's a ton of power on it. Just so quick, and the way he's setting it up with subtle stance switches, or even just snapping it right from the front, is a great counter for a lot of the pressure that Zikreev is putting on him. All right, and he's circling really well. clinching when he needs to, and trying to keep space from his smaller opponent here. But looks like Zikreev is going to be trying to work him into a corner, unload a lot of shots, and just put his opponent through a hell of a fight. Not make it easy on him at all. Yeah, another beautiful left roundhouse kick from View. Keeps landing that same shot again, right? He's catching Zikreev as he's leaning in. All right, right under his liver. Landed again. Where he's beating up the body on that side. Nice little frame to create some space. All right, I'm loving the look of View right now. His 165-15 record is just like totally on display at the moment. Zikreev definitely seems more unexperienced. He's just walking forward. He's kind of just trying the exact same techniques over and over again. He's not necessarily countering anything. Right, even the way he just threw that right hook to the body, whipped his hand fucking 10 feet behind his back before he threw it in. Right, there was no subtlety to that movement at all. He landed it, but it was maybe lucky at best. Oh, some good footwork crashing in on a hook cross to a high kick. Good way to finish off the round. Right, maybe if he gets into that dirty boxing range a little bit more and he's not clinched up by View, he might have a little bit more of a leg up in that really close in range. But the way that View is using that lead roundhouse kick, where he's switching into it or throwing it like a round kick just right off the mat, is really impressive. It's just such a beautiful counter, and it's just keeping the space the entire time. There it is. All right, slightly countered. All right, guys trading on the inside a little bit here. Yeah. You know, a good follow-up with the spinning back fist. Kind of illegal. You can't be holding onto your opponent when you're landing a strike, like we've mentioned before here. Okay, View got hit a little bit. Just looking at those slow-mos, he definitely some clean contact on a lot of the shots that Zikreev was throwing at him. Good footwork, circling off.
Treat.
Again, left roundhouse to the body. Beautifully executed. Alright, just like I was saying, it looks like Zikreev wants to close the distance, get into that dirty boxing range, and just start unloading. Clipped with the lead hook as he's falling back, but running right back into the action. Just looks a little bit amateur. Boys are clinched up. Alright, View is just bringing the fight to him hardcore, and this is what always happens with these Thai fighters. They start off slow. They'll maybe take a little bit of damage, alright, just so they can get better reads on their opponents. Alright. Build up to that second round where they start unloading and just going fucking crazy on them. Spinning back fist, doesn't take him anywhere, ends up crashing into the ropes. All right, both guys are chasing after each other. Yeah, wheel kick, huge telegraph on that. And View is just totally content to keep the pressure on it this time. All right, he's just gone kill mode. They set him to kill in that corner. He's not going to lose 2 rounds in a row, even though I think he won the first round. He's even given up on that left round kick so far. He hasn't needed it. He was using it as a counter before. Now he's thinking offense. It looks like he just feinted that. Oh, no hitting in the clinch, buddy. All right, yes, moving smart. All right, turtling up. Getting inside of Zikreev's boxing so he can continue to strike. All right, because Zikreev has these really looping hooks where if View just, you know, kind of tightens up and gets a really strong guard around his head and crashes through it, then he's going to be fighting inside of Zikreev's guard, and he's going to have no ability to protect himself. Really in that true dirty boxing range. Yes. Again, missing these strikes, but just following through with the spinning back fist, not a bad idea, but you got to start landing something and not just hoping for the best on the spinning back fist. A spinning technique is a great option for a counter because a lot of times your opponents will run right into them as they're pressing forward, so it's not a bad idea to a really aggressive opponent, but I think a good jab would do wonders for Zikreev right now. Just sticking it down the middle just to keep a little bit of space so he can get some breathing room. Because View is just ready to finish this fight, it seems like, on every exchange. All right, running at him literally. I love the intuition of both of the fighters when they get into the clinch too. How Zikreev throws his arms open to show that he's not instigating any kind of clinching. And View intuitively grabs onto him and starts holding. Yeah, it's just crashing forward. I love the aggressiveness. That's sick. He might finish him. Damn. Good round for View. Just dominated him there. Good round there. Really fun round there. View is dangerous. Alright, he looks just so confident in everything that he's doing. Nice little spinning back fist there that did land. Yeah, look at the way, like I was saying, how comfortable View is inside of Zikreev's boxing. Right, he's keeping a bit of a tight guard when he's inside there. Nice cross to the body. Might have hurt his opponent a bit there. But he's staying so confident inside his opponent's guard. And just throwing shorter, more efficient punching and staying consistent in his style. While Zikreev is really falling apart under the pressure. He's just not giving off the same danger and intimidation factor that he had in that first round. Break him up. Let's do it. Nice counter. See, now it's interesting. View is completely pulled off of his pressure. Now he's continuing to counter. He's not trying to be the pressure fighter as much. There's an interesting way to follow up in this second round. Oh, both boys swinging. Right, that whole second round, he was just all pressure all the time. Now he's giving off a little bit of space, using some longer kicks. He's just giving so many different looks to Zikreev. How's he supposed to know what to do? How can he make a game plan when your opponent is constantly switching up their style? Like, View has really taken it down a couple notch and gone very technical. Right, some stance switches, a little bit less pressure. Right, some feints, going high, going low, attacking the body. Right, clinching up when he needs to. He's an intelligent athlete. He knows how to fight. Spinning elbow. Illegal. Don't do that, sir. Wow. Yes. I love the aggressiveness. And this is where Muay Thai really shows as one of the most advanced... Advanced? Sure, why not? One of the most advanced fighting styles out there. When it comes to just stand-up fighting, it can transition into almost any sport, and these guys do awesome. Because I think it really goes down to how intelligent they are in their fighting. Because a lot of them, you know, have different styles. Like, obviously they're all Muay Thai athletes, but their styles are so across the board. But I can say this with consistency: the Thai fighters have the best real-time fight strategy. They know how to adjust in the middle of the fight. They know how to read, make reactions, right? Build upon strategy and fight super intelligently. And then it just takes them through all of these fights so well. That's why I feel like a lot of Thai fights end up where it's between two Thais, end up devolving into just pure brawls, because neither one of them can really get the leg up on the other, and it ends up becoming just pure chaos, or one guy just completely dominates. It's pretty interesting that way. A lot of the time, though, it does just devolve into a brawl, I would say. But it's fun seeing the Thais fight a Farang, alright, a foreigner. and just dismantle them. Yeah, the intelligence of View, I think, was on full display there. Maybe not with that combo. That was a 100% spin elbow. Not allowed. There we go. Yeah, a lot of these highlights are about our Russian here, but without a doubt, View was dominating these rounds. He's tough, he's smart, he moves well, he's a great athlete, he's young, and he has a phenomenal record. There's no reason why he can't be with the top. And View was easy to remember for a name. Yeah. Easy dub there for Buddy. Yeah, fun fight. Really enjoyed it. Would watch again for sure. Let's see some of those clips back in slow motion like we like to do on this channel. I like seeing the boys slow it down, show off a little bit of their technique. The end of the third round there. And jump it back just a little bit. There's nothing that really sticks out other than, you know, the strategy. Like in terms of big techniques that were happening, nothing that crazy or interesting or overly intricate setups, but just the general strategy that I think View showed in that first round being very reserved, second round being extremely aggressive, and then in the third round sort of a mixture of the two, right? He was in, he was out, he was using range, he was closing distance, right? So you could really see him evolve as the fight went on, and I just find that so interesting to see when this guy's so young too, 24 years old, obviously with like an insane amount of experience and fighting against a type of fighter that maybe he hasn't seen before. He just continues to fight so smart as the fight went on, which you got to appreciate. Right, chasing his opponent. This is the second round. Just the entire time he was chasing Zikreev from one end of the ring to the other. All right, beautiful little bit of head movement, intercepting jab, jamming forward with a high guard just so he can get inside of that, you know, sort of dirty boxing punching range. And Zikreev was losing a lot at that range. An attempt at an illegal knee. Oh yeah, that looked rough. The way View turned him and just jammed his head into that fucking mammoth of a ref. All right, right away. Just marching his opponent down. And he did that a lot, right? He went high guard. He got inside of Zikreev's big looping hooks so he could continue, you know, fighting on the inside. A little bit of clinch work there. Again, illegal in kickboxing to clinch and hit. So they're both kind of playing with the rules a bit here, but the ref is letting them play it out, just separating them when he gets the chance. Giving off a little bit of space, working around Zikreev's frame. Again, going back to a tight guard maybe? Nope, not. He's dropping his hands. Looks like he's going to go jump something. Yeah. Little jump knee. Didn't take him anywhere. That's all right, though. They break it up in the clinch. Moving on. Again, View just marching this guy down over and over again. Using a good frame to set up what looks like a front kick, bouncing him off the ropes. What a beautiful time for an elbow that would have been. But just the chase. That's the story of that second round. That's pretty cool. The way Zikreev just threw that overhand, missing. And look, he's so ready to turn his head into that next strike. So we'll play that back. Right, so he's keeping an eye on his opponent, right? So he's not just throwing this punch and hoping for the best with this spinning back fist. He sort of hung out there for a second and almost baited View for to close the distance and attack him. So he's watching him for a moment there and then tries to follow up with that spinning back fist. But View was just so smart to keep his space, right? Fight intelligently the entire time, still make it really exciting and go for the finish, but in general, he was fighting way above Zikreev's skill level here. Really fun fight. Really fun fight. 1FC, always the best. UFC, fuck you for your ticket prices. See you later.